Okay, here's a thought to kick us off. What if language isn't just, a tool you use?
Uh-huh.
What if it's more like an actual operating system, like running your entire mind?
Wow, okay.
That
That's a big idea.
sounds pretty wild, right? But today, we're really taking a deep dive into this concept. The idea that language, well, it's maybe not neutral at all.
Right, it's acting like some kind of invisible program.
Exactly. Shaping your thoughts, your behaviors, maybe even how you see reality itself.
It's a really profound concept.
Yeah.
And, the sources we've looked at suggest this linguistic operating system. It's basically downloaded into us.
Right.
Right from birth.
Downloaded, like software.
Sort of, yeah. Often without any real conscious choice or even consent. Think about pre-installed stuff on a computer. It just kind of imprints itself.
Okay, I see.
And the really powerful implication there is that this language isn't just for, talking. It's actively programming us.
Programming our behavior.
Our behavior, yeah. Influencing our thoughts, structuring our societal beliefs. It even dictates, well, a lot of our biggest concerns.
Like what?
Like pursuing a certain job, maybe, or this drive to accumulate wealth or prestige. Worries, I should add, that animals just don't really share in the same way.
That's a really interesting point. Okay, so our mission for you, the listener, is to really unpack these ideas together. We want you to walk away understanding just how deeply language might be influencing you. And then we'll get into how new tech, especially AI, is like accelerating all this.
Right, speeding up the programming process.
Yeah, which presents, incredible opportunities, but also some potentially serious pitfalls. So get ready. This might just shift how you think about how your mind works.
Definitely.
So let's really dig into this core idea language as an operating system.
Okay.
Our sources make a pretty compelling case. Just like a computer's OS defines what it can and can't do, language seems to fundamentally program our behavior, maybe even our collective societal beliefs.
It's not really a choice we make, is it?
No, it's just there, running in the background, like a silent architect shaping our internal world.
Yeah, and what's truly insightful when you look at it that way is realizing how much of what we just accept as, normal human concerns
Right.
are actually constructs. They're encoded by this linguistic OS.
Constructs like.
Well, think about the difference. Animals aren't waking up stressing about their career path.
Yeah.
Right.
No, definitely not.
Or worrying about their mortgage payment. Those aren't biological imperatives.
Oh, really? So they're inserts.
They seem to be motivations and anxieties inserted into us through language, through the cultural stories we inherit, the narratives we repeat. It's like our default programming just pushes us toward certain things.
That's a powerful point, and it goes deeper, doesn't it? Not just big societal things like jobs or money.
Well, absolutely.
The material we explored suggests that really fundamental beliefs, societal norms, even like individual quirks, they're largely transmitted through language. They become these sort of unconscious scripts.
Scripts that drive our daily actions.
Yeah, so many of the things that guide your everyday life, striving for a particular reputation maybe, or how you view aging, or what you even think a successful life looks like.
Right.
They aren't necessarily intrinsically natural. They're just deeply embedded scripts from our culture running on that OS.
And this brings up a really critical point when we talk about how language can be used, and sometimes, well, misused, for manipulation.
Ah, right. Prompt hacking.
Human prompt hacking, yeah, as our sources call it. It's been around forever, really, as long as civilization.
Okay. Like how?
Think about, say, expert negotiators.
Yeah.
Or even just a really skilled car salesperson. They've spent years, maybe decades, refining their scripts.
The specific words.
The exact phrasing, that most effectively influences people or persuades them. What's truly transformative now is how AI, these large language models, are just supercharging this whole thing.
How so?
And AI can run millions of variations.
Yeah.
It can A/B test which phrasing best manipulates thought or maybe bypasses critical thinking. In days, maybe even faster. This is a refinement process that used to take, generations of human trial and error.
Wow.
And just like an AI can be jailbroken. You find a loophole in its programming to make it do something it wasn't supposed to. Humans can be socially engineered too. We're actually quite susceptible to carefully crafted language prompts, stories, even memes that can kind of bypass our own critical filters.
And here's what's really kind of mind-blowing. Building on that, AI gives us what the sources were calling a macroscope.
A macroscope. Interesting term.
Yeah, it's not just like a magnifying glass for individual words. It's a tool that lets us see these huge, large-scale patterns
Patterns in what?
in how language and culture actually shape human thought and behavior collectively by capturing and analyzing just vast amounts of human language, culture, all in a digital system.
We can simulate
We
things.
suddenly have this unprecedented ability to simulate and, yeah, potentially even manipulate thought processes in ways that were just unimaginable before. It's a real game changer.
Which, if we connect this back to the bigger picture,
Mm-hmm.
introduces both incredible promise and pretty significant peril. This ability to A/B test narratives on AI models to figure out which phrases or stories most effectively change minds or promote specific beliefs, that's profound.
It really is.
What once took generations of social evolution, trial and error, can now happen in days. It makes you stop and ask, doesn't it?
Ask what?
Is this just progress? Or are we actually developing what some people call an information hazard? New knowledge or tech that itself creates unforeseen dangers for society.
That's a really heavy question to grapple with. So, okay, if language is this operating system, what about really abstract concepts, something like God?
Oh, yeah.
The sources we looked at offered a fascinating perspective on this, suggesting we could think about God maybe not as a purely metaphysical thing, but as a token.
A token, like in a system.
Exactly. A powerful unit of meaning within our shared cultural operating system.
Okay, I think I follow. And what's particularly insightful there is this idea of third-order religious thinking that was mentioned.
Explain that a bit.
Well, it sort of moves beyond the basic question of whether God is objectively real in a purely physical sense.
Right. It sidesteps that debate.
Exactly. Instead, it focuses on just recognizing the incredibly powerful, undeniable real-world effects this idea has on people and societies.
Can you give an analogy?
Sure. Think about something like Facebook. It's just software, right? It's not a physical thing you can touch in the same way as a rock.
Okay.
Yet its societal influence is undeniably real. It shapes communication, commerce, politics.
Hugely influential, yeah.
So similarly, God as a concept, as a token in the system, is undeniably real in its capacity to influence thoughts, behaviors, entire cultures, even the course of history.
So concepts gain their reality through their impact.
Precisely. Regardless of whether you can verify them objectively, they become real through their tangible, profound impact on the human experience. They function like these powerful, shared programs running on the collective OS.
That makes a lot of sense. So if we take that line of thinking just one step further, could the universe itself be viewed not just physically, but as a kind of platonic informational space?
Like a realm built on pure ideas or data.
Yeah. And our brains running on this language system aren't just passively receiving information from out there.
But actively reflecting and constructing reality.
Through language, through pattern recognition. It implies this really deep, intertwined relationship between physical reality and, well, conceptual reality.
Which raises a pretty fundamental question for each of us, doesn't it?
Which is?
If the very patterns in our own minds are shaped by language, and if those patterns, in turn, maybe reflect something fundamental about the universe's own structure.
Then our reality isn't just something out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's also being continuously constructed, interpreted, through the very language and conceptual systems we run on internally. It's a profound thought that our internal operating system might be a kind of mirror.
Or even an active participant.
Yeah, an active participant in the universe's own informational structure. Deep stuff.
Definitely deep stuff.
Okay, so maybe let's try to summarize the key insights from this deep dive.
Good idea. Hit us with them.
All right. First, language is far from neutral. It's a really powerful, often invisible force that profoundly shapes your thought, your culture, your behavior, often without you even realizing it.
Right. Point one.
Second, much of what guides your daily life, from everyday beliefs to really big life decisions, are effectively scripts and prompts that have been engineered by language, by culture.
Got it. Scripts and prompts.
Third, AI is dramatically accelerating the evolution of how language can be used, sometimes manipulated. It's refining in mere days what used to take generations.
The acceleration factor. Okay.
And finally, concepts and ideas, even really abstract ones, are real. Not necessarily because they physically exist in an objective sense, but because of their tangible, powerful effects on people and societies. Like the God as a token idea operating within our shared cultural system.
The reality of impact. Okay, that's a great summary. And that really brings it all home for you, the listener. Understanding how language operates, potentially as your mind's operating system, that's the first really crucial step towards greater self-awareness.
Absolutely.
So here's maybe a final provocative thought for you to ponder, long after this deep dive ends. Given that language does act like your mind's operating system, what unexamined scripts might you be running right now? Scripts that are maybe unconsciously influencing your deepest beliefs, your core assumptions? And how might gaining this meta-awareness, this understanding we've talked about, allow you to maybe begin reprogramming your own internal world?
Reprogramming yourself.
Something to definitely chew on.